these chat logs, 200,000 messages, and some interesting things that they showed us is that it appears that they have offices. So they are, again, they're businesses, right? And it appears as though they had offices in Moscow, at least two of them that we know of, which makes sense. I mean, they have employees. They're just working a 9 to 5, uh, clocking in and out for their shift. So you need offices, right? You need to be able to meet with government officials and do do business things, right? So of course you need an office. But from these chat logs, we can see that it appears as though they did have two offices in Moscow for regular business operations. This is the biggest. So the biggest thing that we've seen from AI in general when it comes to threat actors is that they're using ChatGPT. Specifically, ChatGPT is called out in these chat logs, but they're using LLMs and AI, off the shelf AI, to improve their phishing messages, improve their fake PDFs and anything else that they're generating. That's been the primary use case for AI. When AI first came out, everybody kind of started freaking out. There's going to be these all autonomous systems that are just going to, ransomware crews are just going to go after you, right? And No, what do you think? They use it for the low hanging fruit, for phishing, and for various malicious documents, so that the grammar was correct, so it sounded more like a native English speaker. Uh, this is kind of what we thought was going on, but these chat logs confirm that for us, that they're really just using ChatGPT specifically to make well crafted phishing lures in documents that they can use to infect users. Their leader, apparently, so their leader was arrested in Armenia in June of 2024, and according to these chat logs, there was some back and forth between their leader, Oleg, and some high-ranking Russian officials when he was arrested in Armenia. He did escape, so I believe he escaped. I don't think that I don't know that the Russian officials actually like got him bailed out. I believe that he actually escaped and then received assistance from those Russian officials to get out of Dodge and go back to Russia. So this isn't anything new. We've known this, but being able to see this in the chat logs is really important, and just solidifies a lot of things that we've been looking at from a threat intelligence perspective. But he did appear to get some assistance from high-ranking officials. Something that kind of sets them apart. So they talk a lot about, which, let's be honest, most threat actors are using some form of cracked Cobalt Strike. So if you're not familiar with Cobalt Strike, it's a commercial command and control framework and application, right? That people like us in OffSec that are doing penetration testing can purchase. It has a lot of features. It's really good. It's like kind of it's been around forever, right? And um they've been doing it since day one. And so what a lot of these threat actors do is they get, cracked or unlicensed versions of Cobalt Strike and use it in their ops. And we see it all the time. In fact, I think one might argue that threat actors use Cobalt Strike more than OffSec people do. But one thing that kind of separates them apart is that they were starting to develop their own custom C2 framework and infrastructure written in C. I believe they were towards the end of that. And I think they were starting to get ready to kind of throw that out and start using it in the wild. And then, all this kind of internal conflict started with them. And from what I understand, I don't think they actually started to implement it. But that's something that sets them apart. You don't typically see that from at least ransomware groups. They're usually using off the shelf kind of stuff and just going for it. So we're going to get into uh, some TTPs and actual attacks and everything. But I think it was important to kind of set the groundwork of how ransomware groups operate, and then specifically how Black Basta operates and the types of interesting things that we saw in these chat logs. It's so if you're not familiar, there's a messaging protocol called Matrix. So before, threat actors used to use Telegram, and I guess technically I still do. But a few months back, the founder of Telegram was arrested in Paris, basically because Paris authorities were upset that Telegram wasn't providing any information to them. So, if a government made a request to Telegram for a specific channel, related to user IP addresses, usernames, emails, or that kind of thing, Telegram would just ignore them. Got to the point where the governments got tired of it, and the founder of Telegram was arrested in Paris and started to cooperate with at least Paris authorities. I'm not sure who else. And so what we saw is a big exodus off of Telegram onto this messaging protocol matrix, which is where these chat messages are from. And so 200,000 messages, a lot of stuff to dig through, but that's just a high level of the threat intelligence and the background of Black Basta.